Yo, what's up, everybody? I thought I was going to hit you with a little short video this morning, get my day started. Apparently, nobody liked me looking at the notes yesterday, so I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to freestyle this one, and y'all let me know in the comments what you think. So, we're going to take it back again about 10 years, and I'm going to title this one The Other Team Pays a Visit to the Spokane Hells Angels. Now, that's a serious title. No disrespect to either sides. These are my stories and what I experienced. So, stay with me here. The other team, as we're going to call them, right? We're not going to name a team. We're just going to say they paid a visit to the Spokane Hells Angels. So, let me get right to it. Place us back about 10 years ago. I'm a prospect. We're at the Spokane Hells Angels clubhouse. We're there for the weekend. On the weekends, people have to be there. People got to be seen. People got to be doing stuff. I call it fellowship. There's going to be a bunch of dudes there. They'll hang out at the clubhouse for a little while. Then we'll probably make a plan and hit the town. Now, at this point in time, there was about 15 prospects at the clubhouse. It's early in the morning. You know, the early risers get up, smoke their cigarettes, drink their coffee, get talking. Hey, why don't we go grab some breakfast? We'll bring some back for the guys that are sleeping in, right? Hey, we get on our bikes, ride around town a little bit, go to a breakfast spot, get some food, bring some food back, enjoying our morning. Well, the other team is having a party across town. Not just any party, a straight up block party. And this team, they don't just have little parties. They got big old parties and a lot of people show up. Must be early, guys. Rooster's up. Maybe he just likes the story. They bring a lot of people to town when they show out. It's just what they do. It's intimidation, fear factor, whatever you want to call it. So they're planning on having a raging party this weekend. We are just, chilling at the clubhouse. Pretty regular weekend, no events planned. Ride around, be seen, yada yada. So we get breakfast, we come back, pass out the breakfast. I'm in the back, you guys know me. If you know, you know. I like to enjoy a little break for my mind in the back, right? So I'm in the back. I'm about to spark one up, and boom, bang, pow, ting, bing, boom. It is on and popping. People are jumping, running. I dart inside. This clubhouse is actually, little do a lot of people know, bulletproof. This place has a big old piece of steel throughout the whole front of the building. You ain't getting through unless they let you through. Even the window in the picture is bank glass. I don't believe it's there anymore. When I went and looked at pictures of the clubhouse right now, there's no window there. So, maybe another event happened. Back to the story. Bing, bang, pow, boom, pow. Just the loudest noises. Sounds like fireworks. You know what it is. It's a pew pew. Hey, everybody's tripping. This car comes creeping by. Windows go down. And just like the movies. Bang, bang, bang. So, rest in peace to Shama. This is about a 450-pound Samoan dude that's outside drinking his coffee. He's as big as half the clubhouse. And he's standing right next to another good-sized dude. They are right in front. I don't know how, but they missed one of the biggest guys, widest people I've ever had the pleasure to meet in my life. Missed him by a mile. Didn't even graze him. And I'm thinking, I feel a little safer around town if these dudes can't hit the broadside of a Shama. So, they are going this way. There's a lane. There's a sidewalk, and then there's the front of the clubhouse. Two people are out front. They miss the fattest guy in the world. They hit the other homie in the back, and it's the weirdest thing. He has his whole back tatted, and he has an angel tattooed on his back. You wouldn't believe this. They clipped the ding dong off the angel tattoo, and the thing went through his back. Okay? This is crazy. This thing went through his back, clipped the angel's dong, went through his back, over his spine, and out his back again. No red stuff coming out. No nothing. The wound burned itself shut. In and out. Burnt. He got rushed down to the hospital, said he fell off a bicycle or something. They said we can tell what kind this is. It doesn't look like there's anything to do here. It's all cleaned up. So that was cool. So he comes right back, tells us this crazy story, shows us the missing piece of his tattoo. What a trip. So let's do a little recap up to now. Where are we? We're in Spokane. Why? Because we're stupid prospects. When? 10 years ago. We went out, we came back, this event happened, somebody's hit. What next? What do we need to be expecting next? We're tripping. We are all tripping. Well, tripping is like people are tripped out. Y'all know what tripping is. There's a lot of people panicking. We're tripping, a little thinking what's going on. I'm usually pretty good at staying cool in these situations, so I just tell everybody, calm down. Is anyone hit? Get the hit dude out of here. Everybody else, all right. What'd you see? What just happened? Hey, run up to the cameras real quick. Run the video back, and then give the computer a drink, just in case the old Johnny Law shows up to check out what happened. And they're going to. 100% they're going to. So we get all that figured out. Everybody's okay. A couple bikes are hit. There's holes in the front of the clubhouse, but they didn't make it through because that's not going to happen. So what do we do next? Clean up the scene. Make sure everything's good. You know who's on the way. Of course, 7 minutes later, we're looking down both ends of the street. Boo! Whoop, they pull up. Boom! They start taping it off. Next, boom, they pull up down the other side, they start taping it off. Then just cars zoom in from both sides. These are not your regular police cars. These are like rental cars with dudes with long beards, tattoos, jerseys. They don't look like cops. They got the necklace that lets you know that they're law enforcement, right? Hey, these dudes come flying in. They're at the door. I call the press. I go, hey, this happened. Now these dudes are here. What do we do next? He said, hey, just, if they're all there and they're going to get in, just open the door. Don't let them rip the cages down and break all the windows. Just open the door. Let them do their thing. At the time, another thing before cleaning up, in the past, that clubhouse has been raided and people caught cases for things that didn't belong to them. So you got to get all your things and get them on your person. So everybody's collecting their things and getting on their person. I got about 6 things in there that I put on my person. I answer the door. It's all going real good. I'm following this. For some reason, they haven't cleared us out or told anybody to get down. It's just kind of like a free-for-all search at that point. I'm following this dude around. I got those things all over me. I said, hey, mister, you're law enforcement. I'm an outlaw. You're law enforcement. I'm an outlaw. I got all these things on me. We're in Washington. It's mostly legal to have them on you. I said, hey, I'm not trying to follow you around, have one of these fall out of my pants, go off, yada yada. They're on me. Can I set them down? Yeah, no reason not to. Go ahead. Set them on the bar. Clank, 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 clank. Right? I set my lineup down on there. Boom. Okay, cool. He sees it. I'm not reaching. I disconnect everything out of there. Put it down. We're good. Let's continue. Start looking around. They start to realize, you know what just happened? Everybody is tripping, like I said earlier. So even the feds that rushed in first are like so excited to look around and see what they can get first. They're not realizing, okay, now we're on the scene. Now it's taped off. Now we got to get these bikers out of here. Kick us out. Proceed to just tear the place up. These dudes kick holes in the wall, cut holes in the wall, get all the magazines out, drink the sodas. I mean, they might as well have been members for a day. I don't know what they were doing in there. I think I even heard them start up one of the bikes. So we go to an abandoned house behind the clubhouse and just post up on the porch and watch them do their search. And it's so funny. I just had a few things it wasn't anything to get in trouble with. You can't leave that type of stuff around the clubhouse. Maybe just some personal belongings that I didn't want them to take. I threw them in one of the barbecues. So we were watching these guys dig up the yard. And we were watching these guys rip down walls, climbing through the attic, peeking under this and that. And the one thing they didn't do was open the barbecue. It's just funny to me. Funny little fact, right? So during all that, we're watching, we're waiting, seeing what they're going to pull out, what they're not going to pull out, who's going to show up. You got to think. So whoever did this visit, right, and whoever's having the block party down the street, now that they drove by and did that to us, their party is clear to go. They're going to have fun all day. They're not going to have a police presence, and we're going to be wadded up and getting searched, so we're not going to be able to go out and do nothing. Where's the fun in that? Well, it's probably better off that we didn't, because like I say before, it's fun to live that lifestyle, but the worst things happen when you all bump into each other at the wrong time, and it's really not worth it because we're all the same type of people. Not to drift off, we'll keep going. We're there. It's the morning. You go to get breakfast. Come back, right? Chilling, pass out breakfast, nice morning coffee, bang, bang, bang. Everybody's tripping. Then who shows up? Johnny Law. Take the place off. Get in. Get us out. That's where we're at. A little recap. So for the rest of the day, we're just kicking it around the clubhouse, outside, watching what they're doing. Nobody's under arrest. We didn't do anything. Technically, they would say victim, but I'll never be the victim. That's what they would say. We didn't do nothing, so we're just getting searched. It's almost dry snitching on the other people's part because they took it to home base and they got us in trouble so they could have a good time. Shout out to them. Shout out to the team I was on. It don't matter. This is a little story of how quick things can change, right? So you got to think, man, we're laughing. This big old giant 450-pound dude they missed, and the other dude they hit is like sitting. He had to run and come back to the hospital. But we're in this abandoned house yard, hanging out there, throwing a dang parking lot pimping. He shows up. He's got the nurse gown on. He wants to show us the scar and tell us the story. And it's funny because he was, at the time, he was not a Hell's Angel. He was a Sons of Hell. And being clipped in the back got this dude instant notoriety. So the next meeting, they brought this full bulletproof vest. They wanted him to make the jump to prospect. He got to be a prospect. Everybody carried him in on their shoulders, and it was wild. It was wild. And another thing comes out of this. The guy that gets clipped gets so, watching his back. They're not going to get me. These are serious people, man. And when something happens, an attempt on you, you take it seriously. He lives in Seattle. We're going at it with both sides of the state teams. You know, this is a free for all. This is capture the flag, whatever. Battle Zone, Arena, Thunderdome, Prospect Olympics. So he lives in Seattle, man, and he's getting a little paranoid. I'm not going to drop his name. About 2 weeks later, he's at home. He hears a bump in the night. He's on high alert. He gets up. He grabs his thing. He hears some noises in his garage, man. That is not where you want somebody to be, right? He has a family there. He's got kids. Bump in the night. He jumps up. He grabs his banger. He runs to address the issue. He's half awake. There's a shadow figure in the garage, and he just starts blasting, asking questions later. He hit his wife. It's his wife changing out the laundry real quick, going back to bed. He gets her bad. He gets her in the arm. He gets her maybe a shoulder piece. He gets her in the leg. She's lucky to be alive. No charges pressed. And the next time he comes to the clubhouse, this lady is in like a cast, a sling, an arm brace, a neck brace. Is just red stuff all over. We're like, what happened now? And he tells us that story, and it's like unbelievable, man. And I really like this dude and his wife and his whole family. They're good people. It's just, you know, your mind plays games on you after things like that happen. So he continues to prospect. He accidentally clipped his old lady. She's all for it. She still supports him. You know, let's get back to the clubhouse. We're there. We're waiting for them to leave. We're messing with the cops, man. They come back in the backyard to ask us questions. Nobody saw anything. I said I heard some fireworks and some people yelling. The next person said they didn't see nothing. Nobody sees nothing. When these things happen at these places, nobody saw a dang thing. All right, so another funny fact is, before this all happened, the night before, we were down the street at one of the local hangouts, a local little spot to wet your whistle. I'm not really into that. I was standing outside with that dude that got hit. And we're in the hood. Clubhouses are always in the hood for some reason. I don't know why. They're just always in the hood. So we're down there grabbing a drink, hanging outside, chopping it up. And these teenagers come by and they jump out of a sky roof and they start launching eggs at us. A little handful of eggs. Two of them pop out and throw about 4 or 5 eggs. I'm dodging them. I joked around and pulled the blammer. And he's like, quit. And I was like, man, what the heck was that? You know, I thought that might be the other team egging us. And it made me think we need to be more alert. And I told him that. And then funny thing, the next day, you know, after getting egged by teenagers from 0 to 1,000, now grown men are coming by and they're throwing more than an egg. So that's a little story, man. That's a little story about the time I was at the clubhouse. They emptied a clip at us. I know it was somebody that got told how to do it by somebody else with some training, or somebody did it with some training because it was zigzagged all the way down, you know. And of course, the homeboy with all the money ran outside and had to look at his beautiful bike that's $60,000 in paint and chrome. They hit the front tire. Not that there was that much air in it, being 23 inches tall, and whenever they were into those big tire baggers, man, they clipped his tire, boom, tire down. The clubhouse is chipped up. You know, the cops got there and realized it's bulletproof. Everybody was safe. I got, you know, hey, we got lucky. I got lucky. Everybody in the situation got lucky. And even the people that did the thing got away with it. That's why I come on here. I can BS about it. It's 10 years ago. I'm not saying any names. And, hey, everybody got away scot-free. So, funny how that works. You live to fight another day. I don't know how to wrap all this up. That's the story. That's the clubhouse. Bang, bang, dude. My name's Breeze from Rollin' Free TV. Everybody like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I'm trying to get better at these long form videos. It takes some getting used to. They need to be about 30 minutes long to an hour. I like to at least hit 30 minutes. Hard to sit in a room and talk to yourself, man. I appreciate everybody who's liked my channel, subscribe, share with a friend. If you have a story with me that you would like me to do on here, let me know. And hey, shout out to everybody, man. I hope you guys have a good day. This is another quick form upload, little story time. Hey, have a great day. Do your thing. Support those that support you. And catch you on the flip side. I'm out.